We are live, live, live. We are so live right now. We are updated and we are going to have an awesome chat with Joe from the Pinball Degenerates, all about the Degenies award show and this awesome pinball community. Perhaps the best pinball community you can be a part of. So stay tuned. We're going to play a quick video and then get her done. Okay, let's go to Joe. There's Joe. There's Joe. All right, hello everybody. Hello Joe. We made
Hey,
it.
how's it going? We did it, Omoto. We did it.
Yay! A few updates later, and here we are officially live, back in action with PinTech Live. And I'm super excited that we have Joe from the Pinball Degenerates joining us today. Um, Joe just wrapped up with the Pinball Degenies award show a few weeks ago, and then we hit TPF, and um, there's lots of cool stuff going on with that show. I was like, Joe, we need to get you on here and just talk about that production and everything like that. But while I get my content screens working, could you go ahead and tell our wonderful community a little bit about yourself and what is the Pinball Degenerates?
Okay, sure. I just want to first say that I'm the worst person to have on PinTech Live because I know nothing about fixing pinball machines other than like maybe soldering like a solenoid or something. So don't
We're
ask me
gonna
any
we're gonna
like
change
technical
that then.
questions.
We're gonna
Oh my
change that.
God.
As
Oh
long
boy.
as you keep your balls clean, we're happy with you, Joe.
Okay. I know to do that. I know to switch out the fresh silver balls. But yeah, so I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm a Canadian. I don't know if you can tell from my accent or anything, but yeah, and basically, yeah, about 6 or just over 6 years ago, I started up this Facebook group called Pinball Degenerates on Facebook, and that's where primarily it all kind of lives. And it's just a group that started with people that I knew in the pinball, mostly the pinball like competition world, who are friends of mine, and I just wanted to make it like a cool, fun group where we can just share. And it's still to this day is that's the whole idea is just a group of where everybody shares, the whole community shares all the wild, degenerate pinball stuff they're into, and just shares, and nobody judges anybody or like criticizes and says anything like, negative. Like you can say your opinion or anything. I'm not going to censor you, but like as long as it's fair and not something personal, and it's just great. It's really super, everybody's super supportive, and we have a lot of fun. We tell really dumb jokes and memes and crazy stuff, and we talk about what's going on in the pinball world in a kind of a degenerate way, I guess, and it's kind of grown from that. And I appreciate you, Emoto. You are the first degenerate of the year award winner. You are for our first
Oh
show from our
no.
4 years ago. I don't know where you have the trophy. If you still have it, maybe
Oh,
threw it
I
out.
still have it
I don't
on my
know.
desk. I didn't throw
Okay.
it out. What the
I don't
heck?
know. What is this old junk? But yeah, and that sort of started
Hold on,
during
hold on.
COVID. That thing. That Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
You're
I'm
good.
just
Okay.
waving to the
Oh,
internet.
hello, internet.
We have
Um,
fellow degenerates in the chat.
Excellent, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. And so, yeah, the Pinball Degenerate Awards, or the Degenies, as I've kind of given it a stupid nickname because every award show has to have a dumb nickname. Like, anyhow, but and so that was like during COVID. I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I want to thank the like the whole community for like doing all these wild and wacky things and like being part of it, and it would be just a kind of a thank you. And so it just started in my bedroom. I bought all these awards from David DeSluver, Ulick Store, did a great job. And he still to this day is the one that we're going to that makes all the awards for every year. And
Yeah.
I just gave out these awards, to like the dumbest things, like best pinball tattoo, or most degenerate pinball washrooms on location, and like yeah, and it was just really fun. And then people were like, "That was really great." Like, I was like, "Really?" I was just like, it was just something, like I was just gonna do like a one-off kind of thing. And they're like, "Well, you got to do that again for sure." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." So then I decided to kind of, luckily, like COVID started to kind of the restrictions started to release during like I think it was 2003 in the early months of 2003 around April. And I went to one of my favorite locations here in Toronto, Canada, Cabin Fever. Robin Harrison's an amazing proprietor. She's the owner, bartender at Cabin Fever, and she was like, "Yeah, sure, you can do the show live from the bar." And like it was great because we didn't close the bar or anything like that. We just had people coming in, and I was dressed in this ridiculous sort of like very tight, let's say very say it generously, very tight fitting t-shirt, tuxedo t-shirt, and people were like coming in like, "What is going on here? I just came here to play pinball. They're doing like a show?" And I built the first iteration of Billy P. Ball, who is our degenerate mascot. We can go into the history of how I found that kind of character. Billy, yeah, there's our Billy, and you know, I built him out of like two hula hoops, and I covered in like this silver lame fabric, and I got my friend to jump in there, and he kind of like as the Vanna White kind of like just presenter of the awards. And then I was like, that was really fun. And like people were after they got off the of the complete confusion of what the hell was going on, they really got into it, and people were really really great to it. So okay, we'll do that again. Sure, we'll do that again. And then we kind of like turned it in the third year. We sort of turned it into not just an award show, but we sort of like didn't tell anybody, but we're going to do these like kind of comedy sketches, this kind of subplot where Billy, our mascot, was going to get captured and kidnapped by topper terrorists who were ransoming him for a Ghostbusters topper, and we refused to capitulate. We refused to negotiate with the terrorists. So, as a result, they tortured Billy, horribly, brutally tortured him,
No.
like out of a Tarantino movie. And they sent me his eyeball in a box as like a warning. And I freaked out like in like the movie Seven and like Planet of the Apes. And I'm a
What's in
big
the
movie person.
box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? And like, damn you, you damn dirty topper terrorists. damn you all to hell. And it's like, I'm a movie guy, and so like a lot of movie references and stuff are thrown in. So people really thought that was like insane, and more people were more confused, obviously, like what the hell is going on? I thought this was an award show. So then we really took it to like another. People were saying after the third one, they're like, oh man, I would have loved to come to see that live. If you had it live with an audience, I would have loved to have come to see it in person. I was like, oh, okay, we'll think about it for next year. So
Yeah.
this year we just did the fourth annual Pinball Degenerate Awards, the Degenies.
Four
We did it
years already. Oh my
4 years
gosh,
is
Joe.
crazy. It's so insane, and it's like evolved in these like really really rapid iterations that like honestly were not my idea. It was not my idea at all. It's literally all the people, my friends and people in my community who are like, oh, you got to do this. You got to like this is so much fun. You got to take it to another level. And I don't want it to go like too crazy to be like unsustainable, but like we're gonna take it in different ways in different years and stuff. And I've got already I planned out like when I did the third one, I planned out what I wanted to do with the fourth one, and now I already have plans for number like the fifth year and the sixth year. We have plans for that. So there's like a whole arc, like overarching storyline and all kinds of crazy bits that we're gonna do. And yeah, it was really great. Like the feedback and the people that showed up. We didn't want like a crazy huge audience in person. We had about 30 people show up, and that was great. They're all people from
That's
the
great.
pinball community,
Yeah.
and it was great because we had live performances. We had magicians, jugglers, a circus freak act. We had a satanic pastor who did a pinball faith healing on a pinball player to restore their pinball mojo in the name of Satan. And it was like, okay. And we had a mentalist. His name was Mysterion, and he would like read people's minds. It's like super freaky stuff. We had stand ups, comedians, and all kinds of live stuff for the people in house. And also, we broadcasted that live. And it was kind of like a combination of like SNL meets like the Muppet Show meets like a public access cable channel, and just like I wanted to entertain but also confuse people as much as I could. Like people like what is going to happen next? What the hell is going on? What am I watching? And what are they going to do now? Like that's kind of like was a bit of the goal was to just completely keep people on their toes. And yes, we gave out awards. It was great. We give out awards we give out awards in recognizing our friends Norman Jennings, Lyman Sheets, Alan Seahack, all these people that we've lost in the pinball community that were 100% like wonderful people and did amazing things in the pinball community, and we honor them by like donating to certain charities that are relevant to them in their name, for the
Yeah.
whatever winners of certain and so, yeah, you can tune in. The whole show's on YouTube right now, and a bunch of little clips and like weird little things that like people might want to just kind of pick out. And I'm just slowly kind of rolling that onto YouTube, on our newly formed YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, just like look up Pinball Degenerates or the Pinball Degenerate Awards, and all the previous years are there, and certain clips from other things. And Colin Alsheimer from the Twippies was so super supportive. I really want to thank Colin
Yeah.
from Kineticist and the Twippies. They let us put like a little promo for the Degenerates during the Twippy Awards, and Colin himself was personally, and Jamie Burchell was very
Jamie.
Jamie's amazing guy, and they were all super supportive and helpful with like getting this kind of like because we've never really done it live with a live audience like that to this degree, and they had a lot of great help and literally on like during the show and beforehand, a lot of great advice and help. So we couldn't have done it. I literally couldn't have done any of this without everybody supporting me, and I truly mean that. Like it really lives or dies by the community, like so many other things, like shows like Texas Pinball Festival or whatever, pinball events, tournaments, or anything like that. Anything lives or dies. It can't just be one person running the whole thing because it'll never happen. So I just thank all my friends for allowing me to get all these like stupid ideas out of my brain and actually kind of turning them into real life. And now I can kind of move on from these
Yeah.
really crazy ideas. So
Yeah,
that's what it's all
absolutely.
about. It's
Um,
really a lot of fun.
we're gonna go. Sweet. We're gonna go and watch one of my favorite parts, the big feat that happened over the award show. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. You're just gonna experience it right now once I
Yeah, for sure.
click to it, and then we're gonna talk more award show. It's really amazing what you're doing, Joe. It's so much work to put this all together and to just like every day monitor this growing community. So we'll get into all of that too.
Thanks.
So for
All
now,
right,
let's
enjoy.
see. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is record breaking info. So let's see.
Okay, everybody, we're joined by Ryan Slomick, live from Syracuse, New York. Hey, Ryan, can you hear me okay?
Gotta get his name in there. Transition. Ryan Slomick. Hello.
Okay, everybody, we're joined by Ryan Slomick, live from Syracuse, New York. Hey, Ryan, can you hear me okay? How are you holding up, my friend?
I'm doing okay. I'm rocking some upper playfield and lower playfield workouts here.
So, Ryan, why did you choose to do a pinball marathon on hard body of all games?
Well, you know, I like most people right now, we're like getting close to like spring cleaning a little bit, and I was thinking about like, you know, enhancing myself, and you know, instead of going to the gym, it seemed like hanging out with Rachel McLish and trying to get my moves in line was probably the best plan.
So how many hours of continuous play do you need to break the record, Ryan?
You know, I Googled it, and Google never lies, right? So I think it was something like 72 hours, Joe.
Wow, 72 hours to break the record. Good luck. We'll check in with you again soon.
All right, man, I'll try to degenerate in your honor.
Okay, we're back to Ryan Slomick from Syracuse. He's been playing pinball for over 70 hours straight on hard body. How are your flipper fingers holding up, Ryan?
You know, they're doing okay. I'm just about to go into my 27th builder bar because nothing says flipper finesse like protein. You know what I mean, Joe? Protein is where it's at.
Have you taken any breaks to eat or maybe had a chance to go to the bathroom yet?
Well, you know, the 27 protein bars have, we'll say, backed me up a little bit. So I haven't really gone to use the bathroom too much. And I brought an extensive length of tubing in the event that, you know, the Gatorade catches up to me. But so far I've just been chilling. Going upper playfield, lower playfield all day long, Joe.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, stay strong. You're on your way to breaking that world record on hard body.
Thank you so much, Joe. You're the best.
Oh my God, he's gonna do it! He did it! He broke the world record, everyone! Ryan, you did it! You broke the world record on hard body! Congratulations, my friend!
Joe, I don't even know how to go over this. Like, I'm about to pop in my initials and I already screwed them up. So like, I think it's probably time that I take a break from this. It's been a journey.
It certainly has been. How did you do it?
You know, it's about 72 hours. I've been camping out in this random dude Pinball Wizard's house for the last 3 days. His family keeps asking who the random guy is in the basement, but I'm feeling like it was a good 3 days, but I may have missed a mortgage payment.
Well, I think it's all worth it. Ryan, we have this certificate of recognition that acknowledges that you are the world record holder for the longest continuous play on hard body pinball.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Oh, that is going to get framed, and I'm going to put it, on my parents' mantle next to the deer head. It's going to be one of the highest praised items in the Slomick household, I'm sure.
Congratulations, my friend. You've played enough hard body pinball to last a lifetime. Thank you so much for letting us all join you on this crazy pinball journey of yours. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, well, I want to bring out Pinball Wizard real quick. Like, Pinball, I just want to say, like, thank you for letting me invade your family's home for the last 3 days. Joe, I want to thank you and all the rest of the Degenerates. I don't know if I would have found my life's calling to flex save all day without you. So, thank you so much for everything. This community means the world.
Congrats again, Ryan. I hope you get some much-needed rest, my friend.
I am going to go crash. Sounds great, man. Thank you, Joe.
He collapses. He just goes to sleep on the game. Yeah. Okay, sure, yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Okay. So first off, I was so excited when y'all picked hard body. I know you had some special stuff planned for the show, but that was especially tickled that he was trying to do a world record on hard body. Now, so much of the Pinball Degenerates is scripted and smoke and mirrors and nice dashes of movie magic everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
how much of this is actually real? Did he really play for 69 hours and
No,
4
no,
minutes
not
and
at all.
22
No, I would
seconds?
never. I would never torture a friend.
Okay.
I would never torture unless they wanted to, unless they really actually legitimately wanted to do that. But no, I pitched it around. I said, look, we'll just do it live. We'll just play, and I'll just respond like as if it's happening live during the show. So yeah, we'll just kind of like go have a give and take, and I'll just like leave a gap for me to talk. And I don't know if you could tell, he had like a little earpiece in his
Yeah.
ear, so he could hear me, but it wouldn't catch my voice on the actual microphone when he was responding. So yeah, we did a fun little kind of movie magic thing where the pretense is, yes, we're coming in midway through and at the very tail end of his his run for the 72-hour break marathon world record breaking thing. But yeah, we just wanted to have a fun like thing. Really, honestly, at first it was like kind of that was the idea, was we were actually gonna do like a 24-hour show at early on, which literally my producer Howard was like, "You're never gonna, like, no, we're not doing that. We're not gonna torture everybody." And I was like, "Okay, so we'll do 12 hours. Does 12 hours sound okay?" He's like, I think you really have to rethink like how much that's you're asking people to do. And I'm like, okay, we'll do 6 hours. And he's like, that's still a lot. And I'm like, okay, well, 4 hours, 4 hours. We'll do 4 hours. And so yeah,
You settled
so that
on
kind of
4?
yeah, we settled on 4 because we want to do this telethon thing, right? So we wanted to do like kind of like a Jerry Lewis. That's part of the
Right.
gimmick of the show. So we wanted to have it go on for as long as we want, and we wanted to. There was so much stuff we had to cut. It's really unfortunate. We had to cut a lot of stuff for either technical reasons or just time. But who knows? Maybe they might show up next year at the Degenies. You never know. But yeah. So Ryan was just amazing. He wrote literally. I just gave him like my questions. Like 24 hours later, he had like the entire concept, like all the responses, and him talking about eating the Clark bars to like block him up so that he didn't have to go to the washroom, and like all that stuff is all Ryan. That's all Ryan making all these hilarious things up. I was dying like listening to his response. It was so funny, and yeah, thanks to him and Timball Wizard there who let him use his hard body, which I think he actually sold. He was in the process of selling it. At the time,
Nice.
so because I saw it come up on Marketplace on Facebook, so that's where I saw. Oh, you've got a hard body! Holy moly! Okay, let's make something happen. But yeah, Ryan did an amazing job, and literally like that came together like about a week before the show, so I had to quickly kind of edit it all
Nice.
together and put it all together. And he had a multicam setup and everything, and really like 90% of that, all that was Ryan Zlomek. So thanks to Ryan, he's an amazing guy. He does an amazing podcast as well. You should check out.
Oh, yeah.
As he talks to some really intelligent. He's a very intelligent. He's a teacher, and he's a really smart guy. And he's got he's really great interviews for his podcast. We'll probably, if you want, post that link for his podcast. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but he does a great job. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's really great. I can't remember the name of the
It's
podcast.
the best
I don't want to butcher it.
podcast ever, but I don't know what it's
well,
called.
it's not a pinball podcast, but like
Gotcha.
it's like he interviews some really like very cool people, and I'll post a link to it. I'm sorry, Ryan, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, he's been a longtime friend, and he just literally without hesitation, like most people that helped out on this show, like they just they did not even hesitate. They're just like, yeah, for sure, I'm into it. Like, let's do it, So that was really nice.
That's awesome. I'd love. So I don't know if you don't see the Twitch, but we do have the Degenies on mute.
Okay.
Playing right above me too.
Oh my God. Oh God,
which
that's
is
horrifying. Oh yeah. Okay, I
super
see it.
fun. No, it's really great. Did you like? I want to go back to like just the Pinball Degenerates group. Like to me, it's such an endearing group because it's kind of like a no judgment space.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just don't be a jerk. That's the main rule. Is like don't be a jerk to people. It's pretty simple, straightforward, like basic human operating procedure.
Yeah.
Like anything else. Like, and if people want to do something, or if people post something that most like 9 times out of 10 is completely unintentionally offensive, or something like. They'll like post something that maybe might be like it's a bit of kind of like a bad joke, like and like I just don't post anything that like puts other people down or makes them feel unwelcome.
Right.
And
Don't be a
it's
bully.
unintentional. Yeah, definitely. Most people are not bullies or anything, like in general, but like sometimes people unintentionally post something that's like sexist or something stupid like that, and a bit misogynist or something, and it puts other people like sort of like, well, that doesn't make me feel welcome, and usually I don't I'm not a big fan of censorship. Like I like for me, like if I say something dumb on the internet. It's not like I'll stand by it. I'll apologize for sure, but I'll
Yeah.
leave that on. I'll leave that on, like as a like that. I'm not going to just wipe it clean. Like I'll take responsibility for it. You know what I mean? And I expect that from other people. And so if somebody posts something that's like people have flagged and go, hey, this really kind of sucks, and it's like I don't think it's keeping with their sort of like overall mandate, I'll reach out to the person who posted the original thing and say, look,
Oh, nice.
like I appreciate they're all adults. Like it's not like children posting here. Like we're all adults. And so I talk to them like an adult and say, look, I understand like you're not coming from a place of like mean spirited malice or anything, and you just want to post something funny and it's a bit misguided, and I'll tell you why, and it doesn't really fit with the kind of like the thing that we're doing here. And if you don't mind, if you don't mind taking it down, I appreciate it. Like or just apologizing or whatever you got to do. But it's kind of like it's upsetting other people here and it's making them feel less welcome. And 9 times out of 99.99 out of that, they'll go, "Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, sure, yeah, I'll take it down, no problem. It's just a dumb joke anyhow." And they get it, right? Sometimes people
Yeah.
just go, "Screw you, yeah," whatever, and they're like, "Okay, well then you're gone, goodbye." Like if I
Did you
can't
have
talk
to
to you,
ban a lot of people from
very
the?
few, very few. Most times, honestly, there's only been
Yeah.
like once where I've had to ban somebody because they were just completely impossible to reason with, and their stance was just so completely ludicrous. And they just got into really personal attacks for other people and myself, and especially like I can take whatever personal attacks you want to throw at me, that's fine. But other people, like I'm going to stand up for my friends and people that are in the community, right? So if you're attacking people personally and like, okay, sorry, man, like you're out, like sorry, you're gone. I've given you a couple warnings, and like you still want to be stick to your guns, and but most times if people have a problem with like the kind of vibe or whatever, they just leave. They just go, this is not for me. Okay, bye. And that's how it is. It self polices. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
totally.
it's
Sorry,
it's
I'm not
it's
gonna
it's
wait.
tough
Go ahead.
sometimes. No, I understand. It is tough sometimes because like when people do post some certain things that I don't personally think is appropriate, and other people do find it like a bit too much. Like if I don't act, it's kind of a catch-22. Like if I censor them or I try to like ban them or whatever, or, like chastise them, then I'm like this like dictator, and like I'm trying to like come down on free speech and like people's like like I don't want people to censor themselves or anything. I don't want to censor people, but then on the other hand, you're dealing with like you're pissing other people off. You're doing a net negative for the group in general. So it's a very fine line to walk. And I myself, I've made mistakes in the
What?
past before. I've made mistakes in the past before that I've owned up to, I think, and I have there are certain
Yeah, we
things
all
that
make
happen that
mistakes.
we all must make
Own it.
mistakes,
Yeah.
right? But as long as we're open enough to saying, okay, look, this is my perspective, and I understand your perspective, and let's come to some sort of meeting point, and let's move on, and like let's try not to do that again. And I try to kind of work at it from that angle. And it's not easy because again, we're it's like we're all degenerates. Just be a degenerate doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. Like there's a big
Yeah,
difference.
no,
You
there's
know
a
what I mean?
difference. Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
an asshole. Don't be a bully.
Yeah,
Um,
and like trolls, like internet trolls, right? So one way I kind of
there's
dealt
different
with
levels
like
of trolls, right? I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
many of us in the pinball degenerate groups are a bit trolly, but never in this
sure.
like malicious way.
For sure. And that's fun. Like it's fun to
Yeah.
always again push the envelope, but like again, for one person's limit, that's a different thing for other people, and I get it. It's kind of a subjective thing. But like, there's ways to deal with it in kind of fun ways. Like, Cliff Albert, he's now a great
Cliff.
friend of Cliff. I love Cliff and
He
Marissa.
was in the
They
chat
just
earlier.
yeah,
Nicole
okay.
Warlick.
And they're
Warlock
winners. They're
representing.
winners. The couple,
They're
Marissa and Cliff,
winners.
Cliff, he was like throwing out some shade. He's like, "Oh, you guys call yourself real degenerates. You guys are not real degenerates. You guys are all fakes, and you're just like, it's just vanilla, and it's not real degeneracy. I'll show you what pinball degeneracy is all about. Because he's a punk. He's an old school punk guy, and he lives a pretty hardcore life. For a painter, for a house painter. I'm saying, for a house painter. But anyhow, so what do you do with somebody who's like kind of razzing you and kind of like trolling you? What you do? Yeah, you give them a reward because that's what really, at the end of the day, that's what people want. They want recognition. They want attention. That's what they really are doing it for, right? And I get it. New people that come to the group, they want to say something inflammatory or like crazy to kind of make a big splash in the group. So they'll do something usually a little more kind of like edgy, and I get it, right? I get it. You want to kind of show off and introduce yourself to this new group, right? But so like something with Cliff, I created the award for most degenerate pinball troll. One off, just never award that again. I don't want to reward that behavior year after year. Okay, so it's a one off.
Cliff, you get it forever.
And I didn't even tell him. I didn't even tell him until the show. And I said, this is most degenerate pinball troll award, and it goes to only Cliff Albert. Congratulations. Here you go. You have your cred, you have your attention, and we're great friends, and it's nothing, you just give them what they want, in a way, to some degree. And it's just been, it's great. It's people understand that level of humor. And I don't put other, I don't like punching down, and I don't really punch up either. I don't really punch anybody. I just punch myself. I'm just into I'm like Conan O'Brien. It's very self-deprecating humor. I'm always about making fun of myself and how, the ridiculous outfit that I wear during the Degenies and all these things that I'm self-conscious about my weight and how I look, and I hate being on camera all the time. I hate my stupid dumb face. But, I do these things because, you're amazing, Emoto. I'll do anything for you if you ask me.
I'm glad your stupid dumb face is here, and I don't feel the same way about that.
I know, but everybody hates being on camera. Everybody hates taking pictures and stuff. But then at the end of the day, it's all worth it. And so I'm the first one to make fun of myself, and self-deprecating humor and silly, ridiculous, surreal humor. That's 100% my up my alley. That's all I'm about. And that's to me what being a degenerate is about. It's about laughing at yourself and how completely absurd. We're adults playing with these giant toys. That's what they are. They're giant mechanical toys that we make space in our home.
Adults.
And we well, I mean, in terms of age,
but
sure.
Age.
I think that when we get older, just as kind of a philosophy thing, I think we get older age-wise, but I think we just get better at covering up the fact that we're still kids. I think that's what comes with older age, is that we're still kids at heart, but we just get better and better at covering that up with a facade of being serious and adult and by the book. But really, everybody at their heart really is kind of still a kid.
Wait, hold on.
We're all sure.
Hold on. I'm going to cut to the main screen right now to watch this part. I died when this happened. It's the best song ever, dude. Hold on.
High.
Wait.
Why so sad?
We've got to watch it from the beginning. Okay. Hold on. It's so good. Hold on. Oh God, you worked hard on this. This is amazing.
You say the price of my pin's not a price that you're willing to
pay. Wait. Hold on, wait. This isn't your voice? Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you went into the recording studio and did Gary. Yeah, Gary's great. Gotcha.
That those new inbox prices are
I like his haircut and everything.
Completely sky high. Why so sad? We used to give toppers away, now they're priced at $2K, so we're making you mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your pinball dad. You'll be back, despite it all. You'll remember that you love pinball. You'll be
Gary's
back.
Intense. He's very intense guy. He's very passionate about pinball.
You'll recall I manufacture games well. Markets rise, markets fall. That's the nature of the game pinball. You will nudge and you'll shove. And I will release a black and white edition of a pinball game you love. Pinball. 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 To say your balls
everybody.
And you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the flippers. 'Cause you're my favorite flipper. My sweet and supple flipper. My loyal coil flipper. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Just buy my pins like before. You'll plead and beg for me to make some more. For your love.
Did Gary memorize all these lyrics?
It was hard because Gary's a real performer. He did a great job. But
did Gary have cue cards?
No, just was all off heart, just memorized all off heart. Yeah. Didn't have time. It was just Gary and one person helping Gary record that. So it was not. We didn't have like a full crew or anything for that. It was just Gary, the camera, and my producer Howard, who was helping out. So it was a lot of work. And so yeah, we did kind of like a sort of a karaoke kind of like those shoulders. I mean that all goes to the performance by Jonathan Groff from the musical Hamilton. That's where it's from. The musical Hamilton by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yeah. And so yeah, like I love that track is just amazing. And I heard it, I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. Like I could just totally translate the lyrics into like pinball lyrics. And that's a dangerous slippery slope because you start listening to all these songs and there's like 20 songs now that I've rewritten like pinball lyrics for that like are eventually gonna happen. So but that one was that was actually one of the first things that I thought of doing for the Pinball Degenerate Awards. That was one of my first things that I wanted to do was a Hamilton Gary Stern mashup thing, and it came out pretty well. Like I just showed like a demo to my friends. I was like, do not share this with anybody. Like, do not let this out of the bag. I really want this to be secret. So nobody really saw it until like the Degenies really, and it was one of the little fun little. I teased it out on Albert Agar, my friend Albert, who won Best Podcaster Degenerate. Albert Orbit on the Pinball Nerds podcast, and he was like, "Hey, and he got any scoop?" Like he just kind of came out of the blue. He's like, "Got any info on the Degenies that I can use on my podcast?" I'm like, "Oh yeah. Gary's going to make an appearance. He's going to talk about the price increases for pinball machines." And I think on some level, I think. Or Albert thought like I was kind of messing with him, but like he really ran with it. Like he was like, "I've got huge news. I've got a real scoop here, folks." And I was like, "Oh, jeez,
yeah.
Albert, wait do you see it? Wait do you see it, buddy?" And he took it really great, and like I think he enjoyed it as well. And I have no idea if Gary's seen this yet. I'm gonna hopefully. Again, that's going to be one of the clips. I don't know. I have no idea, but hopefully at some point he sees it. And I'd like to do like a clip just like of that particular section and do like a sing along with like a little bouncing ball with the lyrics at the bottom. Yeah. So I'm working on that. That's why I haven't
Billy
done it. Yes. You've already. Yes, that's exactly.
I'm tapped in.
You're tapped in.
The Degenerate
exactly. You got
to
follow the bouncing Billy ball, and so that's going to take some time in post to do. So I've got like those musical things that I did. Also, Lucas Pepke and Chrissy Barker and Deborah Tallman. Oh my God, they did an amazing job for. We did a version of Rent, the song "Seasons of Love." We called it "Seasons of Pinball," and that was an amazing. That came together so last minute as well because everybody was so busy. Especially Lucas was like he's actually doing
stage
legitimate
performances.
Yeah,
now, yeah.
He is an incredible professional singer. He's incredible, and he's just starting his career. He's doing all kinds of like amazing kind of like Sinatra, like crooner, 1960s crooner stuff. It's absolutely beautiful, the stuff that he's doing. And thankfully Lucas, he had just enough time to just record some of that. And Deborah, I asked her last minute. Chrissy, she came in the last minute thanks to my friend Mayumi from Los Angeles. She recommended you know Mayumi? Okay. She's amazing too. She's great. Like honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This lives or dies without the community, right? Like I don't I can only do so much, right? And so the whole thing about the Tilt, the musical, we called it Tilt, the musical instead of Rent. And that doesn't happen because it's an ensemble piece. I can't just do it like the Gary Stern thing where it's just one singer. It's like a whole, like there's multiple pieces that come in and out in different like levels of singing and different parts, right? So I can't just do it all by myself. I'm not like a narcissist. It was really great to have people from the pinball community really help out with all those musical things and the sketches. We had Hup Challenge. We had Jen Rupert with her Pin Pal infomercial. And Marco, thank you so much, Marco, for sponsoring the crazy slime tilt game show.
Oh yeah,
and
that was awesome.
That's insane. So like I'm a big fan of like like Nickelodeon. We had in Canada we had the show called You Can't Do That on Television.
Ooh, I
That kind of
found it.
started. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen You Can't Do That on Television? It was
No.
like SNL. It was like SNL for kids in like the late 70s, early 80s. And on the show, if you ever said the phrase "I don't know," you would get slimed by a huge bucket of slime. And if you ever said the word water, then a giant bucket of water would like splash you out of nowhere. And it was crazy. And that's what led to Nickelodeon slime and all these kind of crazy game shows like Truth or Dare and all that stuff like that. They're more kind of like more well known. But it all started with this Canadian show, this kind of like cable access kids show from Canada called You Can't Do That on Television. And they had sketches, they had like live sketches and pre-recorded stuff, and they even have an arcade sketch where they go to an arcade and the creepy arcade operators like ripping the kids off and not like the quarters are getting eaten by the mechs and stuff. And they're like, yeah, too bad. That's the game. And it's like this game, like all these, yeah. It's like a scumbag operator and like all these things is like a kid, like the world of a kid, and it's really fun. Seek it out. Just for the intro alone is amazing. The intro for alone is like a Monty Python kind of like video intro. And yeah, Alanis Morissette, I don't know if you know Alanis Morissette was on the show as a young person. She was like one of the like sort of many cast members on the show.
Oh, cool.
No, she was. It wasn't a game show. It was like more like an SNL kind of like a sketch comedy show, and that was kind of like what I was like kind of really inspired by with the slime. So I don't know if I can give out this. It was completely safe. The slime was not like some crazy toxic stuff. It was all food safe. Basically, it's like the formula was like applesauce and green relish and oatmeal and a little bit of extra water to thin it out, and it worked out great.
Green relish in it?
Because you gotta have green slime. You gotta have green slime. Come on. And then I added a little bit of extra green.
Food
you gotta have green slime. Yeah, no, I did, but it was already green to begin with. It's already green to begin with, so it helps. So I didn't have to use as much food coloring. So and I had to buy like literally.
That's why
I had to buy a 5 gallon.
Okay, here it is. I found it.
Oh, you got it. So I had to buy a 5-gallon bucket of green relish from Costco. It was insane. It was insane. And
so
I've got
the
like
slime edible then?
Oh yeah, 100% edible. 100% edible.
Did you?
Was that? I tried it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Everyone gets.
Yeah, sure. Well, hey, if anyone wants to come by my house and they want like a full like
you still have it
a gallon.
Oh yeah.
No, not the slime, but like the extra applesauce and oatmeal. If they ever want some like a lifetime supply of like relish, like literally like half a gallon worth of relish, I've got like green relish ready to give out. No, I've got like 100 years worth of relish that I'll never be able to get through.
You should bring it to Expo and then just have the vat of relish sitting there on your table.
No, it's not going to get through customs.
Come on.
I have enough trouble getting across the border right now as a Canadian. Let me tell you, we're not going to get into that, but trust me. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to find a home for all this extra oatmeal and relish and applesauce that I got. But yeah, that worked out really crazy. And
there it is. Look how chunky it is. I remember watching this. The parts that I could watch before, I was like, why is it so chunky? So
that's the point.
It's relish and oatmeal and applesauce. Actually, 3 very chunky textures.
Viscous. Yeah, very viscous, chunky. That was the whole point. It had to be chunky. It couldn't be, because my friend actually works in movie effects and he's got like the typical movie slime, which is also safe to put on people and everything. But that's more like kind of a Ghostbusters like ecto slime, which is like sort of transparent. That's not what I wanted. I wanted like a thick, like really opaque, disgusting, chunky, vomity like slime, like almost like vomit. Yeah. That's the real stuff. And luckily Duncan, we had a last minute person not show up. So Duncan, my friend Duncan from Hamilton, he was helping with the crew and everything. They were helping with the crew, and I'm so thankful that they could do that and help me out. So much thanks to my friend Duncan for getting slimed. And apparently the food coloring came out pretty easily. So, and I gave everybody, all the contestants, they're wearing like not their real clothes. Like we gave them, substitute clothes and like flip flops.
So speaking of which, I need addresses for sizes, shirt sizes and
shirt
stuff
sizes?
For those fearless contestants. And
for sure. We'll get that.
Who won the epic Star Wars topper?
Matthew won the pinball Star Wars topper. Now it is a full-size pinball Star Wars topper. I didn't go into the real specifics that it's not the Stern Star Wars R2-D2 topper. It's the Tata East topper, which is not quite as pricey, but it's still awesome.
It's good.
But
it's awesome.
No, it's cool. It's a Darth Vader head. It's cool. I'd take it. I'll take it.
Official.
If they don't want it. It's official, 100% legit. It's a real Star Wars pinball topper. And that's what they won. And thank you so much to you and Marco. Like, again, like so many people, I pitched this idea and you're like, I'm 100% in. You don't stop talking. You got it. Again, thank you so much to Marco and everybody there and you for helping make that happen. Because, it was just like a dream to do like a crazy slime game show that like we used to watch as Nickelodeon, like again, like Truth or Dare or any of these like crazy. Do you ever watch what was it, Finders Keepers? You ever watch that show? You ever watched Finders Keepers?
No.
It was a whole house. They built like a whole set, was a multi-room, like 12 rooms. And it was a house that was in front of the audience. And you would have to go find a certain object. They give you like a clue. And you'd have to tear apart every room and find that object. It was so cool. It was like a dream. I wanted to be on that show so bad. Yeah. I'll send you a clip. But yeah, Finders Keepers, that was another great kids TV show. And like the great golden age of like, kids game shows in the 80s. It was unbelievable.
I really love all the inspiration that you're drawing from for this show. As we scrub through, I want to watch a few more segments because there's just so range, and like you said, Saturday Night Live, like very skit based. Yeah. To me too, I feel like Mad TV. I don't know if you watch Mad TV.
Oh yeah, all the time. Love it. Will Sasso.
It's like it is that like if you're not in the know and you tune in, you're like, what am I watching right now?
Yeah, that's 100%
and then you're just so captivated by the weirdness. But in the meantime, everyone that is in the know, the Pinball Degenerates and stuff, we're over here like can't even breathe laughing so hard. So we're like, yes, this is the perfect content ever. And I just really love that dynamic of everything that this group encompasses. And with you as the fearless leader and community
not so fearless.
Puppet master.
Let me say, it's sometimes pretty terrifying.
It's like especially live.
It is live broadcast, especially. Pretty
but you don't give up.
Thank you.
And that's the big thing. Is we all have our ups and downs. We all have our failures, our shortcomings, and everything.
Yeah.
But you're always there to help push it through, no matter what. And that's really what I feel like the Pinball Degenerates and stuff is all about. It's a community of people that we are
100%.
Sometimes feel like outcasts towards normal society in a sense. But
we talk in a language.
Yeah, we feel completely at home in this space.
For sure, we talk in a language that we all communicate in, and it's their own kind of like weird little bubble, and I'm fine with that. Like I get it. Like again, I come from movies. Everybody loves movies, right? That's a huge ocean of people that are enthusiastic about it compared to pinball, and it's also something really beautiful about it because we know we're a small community. We know that intrinsically that we've got to help each other out, and if it's not going to happen, things like this, like pinball, like I said, pinball events like even big huge events like Expo or Texas Pinball Festival, they don't happen without people bringing games or helping out, lending a hand, giving seminars and contributing their time and their talent, whatever talents they have in their real life or whatever you want to call it, whatever they can bring to it. And for me personally, it's really encouraging. And like, again, like you want to talk about influences, like again, like Jim Henson and the Muppet Show. And that's like a really inspiring thing for me. Like I loved Jim Henson, everything that he did. And there's that song I always kind of talk about, like, there's a song that was played at his funeral and it's called If Just One Person Believes in You, right? And it goes, if just one person believes in you hard enough and strong enough, then maybe two. And if two, then maybe three. And if three, why not four? And if not four, why not more? And if all these people can believe in you, in what you do, then maybe you can believe in you too. And that's the only way for me that I can get these things done is that people, they go, I want to be part of this. And what you're doing is a great idea. And I want to help make this happen. And that's the only way that I have enough confidence to have that determination to push this forward and keep going and doing this because it's fun. It's really fun. Everybody that was on the crew had a great fun time. Nobody was like yelling at each other. Yeah, sure. We had road bumps and challenges, but we all kind of rallied together, came together and stayed positive. Nobody was like blaming anyone for anything. Everybody was just rallying together, and we made it. We did it, and what a relief it was. And I made it. I don't know if I want to spoil the ending, but like I made it so that like the crew could kind of get their kind of revenge on me for putting them through all this craziness, And so you'll see I get sort of my comeuppance at the end of the show, but that was all kind of part of the ending.
Yeah.
You'll see. No spoilers or anything, but yeah, you got to watch it. It's all on YouTube. Just check the whole thing out, and even the finale is like a clip of the finale. So, but yeah, like it's crazy. Like SNL for sure. Like again, Conan O'Brien, all the sketches that like the surreal, dumb sketches and the characters that Conan O'Brien would have on his show in at late night in the '90s, especially, and the Muppets and like Jim Henson. And also like Spaceballs. Like I totally rip off Spaceballs at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
like that's like
yeah.
Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is a genius.
Dude, that was like such a great short film at the beginning. Like just watching it again on the stream, it's like, man, these like you can tell you have a movie background and stuff like that because it's just so well done.
I'm just stealing from the greats. That's all I'm really doing. I'm just stealing from the greats.
If you just spend the rest of your life doing nothing but making parodies of mainstream into pinball versions, like, bless you, Joe. That would be amazing.
Hey,
thanks for keeping us so entertained.
Yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure. Like again, I am a bit of a, I love making people laugh. Like that's one, and if it's my own, if it's at my own, at my own like expense, then better, even better, right? Because I'm still the center of attention anyhow, so that's great. But like it's honestly one of the greatest things. I think like honestly, like again, I don't want to get too philosophical, but like I love comedy. This one of my hobbies is like comedy and like stand up and sketch writing and all that stuff. Like I love that whole world. I'm not really in it, but like I really admire it and appreciate it. It's a really hard world to especially to break into our entertainment. Like it's hard. You put yourself out there. If you're a stand up comedian, that's you. That's you. If people don't like the show, you're the show and they don't like you. So it's hard not to take it personal. And you got to gig, you got to go all around America, like doing like little shows everywhere, like a door-to-door salesman, and the thing that you're selling is you, and it's hard. It's just as hard as like getting into basketball, like professional sports or anything. Like the very, very small few really make it, and there's so many other people that are just committed. They just love the craft or whatever the art form you want to call it, and they just do it and they love it, but it's hard. It is so hard, and I admire that so much, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy world, but I love it. When it works and you can make people laugh. Like it's one of the most incredibly human things that we do is laugh. Like there's animals like hyenas that sound like they're laughing, but they're not really laughing. They don't get the concept of like irony or surrealism, or like they don't get that. And for me, the best kind of comedy is empathetic comedy. Again, we're getting way off pinball, but for me, comedy when somebody slips on a pinball on a banana peel, right? Right, like. Oh, so I was gonna say because like Ryan Dunn, he got pinball fail. He slipped while trying to fix the glass, right?
No, and Ryan Dunn was wearing roller skates while operating.
Right, and that's probably not a great idea.
I watched that video so many times in a row when I first saw it pop up, and I was like, "No, Ryan! Oh, why?
Why?
It's so hilarious and so sad all at the same time."
It is. And like
I didn't expect to see it again, and then you gave him an award.
Oh yeah, it was amazing, and like I had to give that for pinball fail. It was incredible, and but again, the comedy of that for me, how I see it, is like I see somebody. I see somebody like the most terrifying thing that can happen to you when you're like preparing a pinball, which is the glass like breaking, right, and exploding. Like that is terrifying, right? We've all kind of been there. We've seen that happen or been there, right? And for me, that's the comedy is empathy, because we're not laughing at that person like, haha, I'm glad that happened to them and not me. We're empathizing. Yeah, we understand. We get it, right? That's the whole idea. It's like we know the pain of slipping and falling on a banana peel, right? We know that pain. So as human beings, we can like understand other people's experiences and relate. And that's what comedy for me really comes from, is the relatability and the empathy of the human experience. And that to me is really the best kind of comedy. Like it really is. Like I love all kinds, but for me that's my style. And I had to recognize that. And Ryan was great. He was a great sport about it. He was like, yes, like I will gladly accept this award. And like I love he's got his two hobbies, pinball and roller skating. Maybe don't combine them at the same time. Probably great advice.
Rock and roll. I was trying to find it. Do you know what
it's
pretty of the 3 hours?
Late on. It's
later?
Pretty early on.
I can't remember now. I thought it was.
I think it's earlier on. It's such a small little clip. It's hard to find. It's a 3.5 hour long show.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. he was a real sport about it, and I've never met Ryan. Like
Yeah, he's
and
awesome.
he was nominated also for like Pinball Operator and Pinball Couple. I just again, it doesn't even matter like if I know these people or not. I think that what they're doing is amazing, and again, it's a very big distinction. As much as I love the Twippies or any other kind of pinball award shows, like the Degenies is not about awarding. It's not an industry thing. You know what I mean? It's a community recognition thing. It's always been that way to recognize kind of like the people, sort of that maybe don't get that recognition, like as like a pinball designer or a pinball, thing, in the industry. So there's room for everybody, you know what I mean? And just I'm so glad that people have taken to it so positively, even though I'm kind of
Yeah.
poking fun a little bit, but it's all in good fun. We again, like I make fun of myself the most of anybody else,
It's fun to embrace that, and I do like that your awards are pretty silly, so it
Yeah, I
sets
mean,
the precedence of like
all award shows are ridiculous. Like even the Oscars, like even the biggest awards, like the Grammys, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, they're all a joke, right? Like they're all just a big
right, but we're
dumb show.
embracing that joke, and I just want to remind everyone, and I don't think anyone in this group really feels that way, but just remind everyone that it is all for fun. And if you
Yes.
don't win an award, it doesn't make you less of a human being. It
Sure.
doesn't devalidate anything
Yeah.
that you're working on or doing for yourself or for the pinball community.
Yeah.
Not everyone can get an award. These awards are freaking expensive. Joe's
That's you. I would love to have.
money.
I would love to have gotten the awards donated. Let me tell you, the awards would have been great if we could have gotten those donated. But still, David DeSluver from Ulix Store you did a great
Yeah,
job.
Ulix Store.
And Ulix Store is amazing. If you got
Everyone
any pinball
gets
trophies,
metaphorical trophies for being awesome and being part of the pinball team.
Yeah, I mean, even just like naming people to be like, honestly, I've been nominated for certain things, and it's just really an honor just to be recognized and be like, wow, oh my god, like I even moved the dial just to something that people actually recognize something. That's an amazing thing. And I don't have any pretensions about winning anything, and I'm not doing it for anybody's awards or anything like that's nobody's doing it for really awards at the end of the day. Like just to have fun doing the pinball itself in and itself is the fun thing, the reason why to do it, right? Whatever it is. Whether you're an operator or a pinball maker or I've met so many passionate people, and they're passionate for so many different reasons, and it's really a very awe-inspiring and amazing thing. And that's what I love about pinball is that, we are a small community, but we're so incredibly passionate, and usually for the good reasons. Sometimes maybe not the best reasons, but we are very passionate and very vocal.
Everyone is less of a troll. That's why Cliff walks away with a bunch of
he's got it. He's got it. Yeah, we got it.
But he's here being active. Well deserved.
So moving on, like let's talk about pinball. Let's Texas Pinball Festival. I didn't get a chance to go. I've only gone once, and this year looked insane.
I know.
Can you tell me about
remember when you went, and I was like in the hotel lobby, and the door opened. The elevator door opened. You're like, hey, Mono. I was like, holy shit, it's Joe. And this was when I was like really new into pinball too, and it was like,
oh really?
Oh my god, like someone knows my name and I know who he is, and like your energy level was at 11, which brought my energy level to 11, and I was like, yes, let's go. I will always remember that moment, Joe.
I'm sorry if I spooked you there. I really didn't expect to run into you.
No, it was great. No, it was exactly what I needed at that time.
And we still have a running gag, you and I, between we've yet to ever play a game of pinball together because you've been incredibly busy, or I've been incredibly busy. You've been doing stuff, either videography and working the shows and doing stuff for Marco, and I've been, just all over the place as well. But one day, Emoto, we're going to have a final, maybe on a hard body. Who knows? Maybe we'll play off on a hard body.
Oh, it could be at my newly starting annual hard body event where all the hard body owners will meet up for the weekend.
100 hard bodies all in one room.
Minimum.
That's the dream.
I really feel like I should stop everything I'm doing and just focus on that.
I don't know if I'd recommend that. I think that's kind of like roller skates with replacing the pinball glass territory.
Roller skates?
We want to kind of compartmentalize our certain obsessions with pinball, I think. But I will help you, and whatever I can do to spread the word, and I will definitely be there. I will be there.
People would be down, right? Maybe it's 2026.
Just
endeavor.
ask. All you got to, it just doesn't
But
hurt
like,
to
I
ask.
still want to make like a Pinball Dogs calendar, and so
Sure.
many side quests.
Yeah, we had
so many
Pinball
side
Pet.
quests.
We had for Degenerates. We
I
had
know
Pinball
the
Pet,
Pinball
right?
Pets, yeah.
And that was so hard. There's so many
I
categories that are
voted for
really the
Pinball
hardest
Pig.
to judge.
But all the pets are so special. I wish we could give them
Yeah.
all little awards too.
They're all beautiful, and I'm sure they're no, honestly, truly, like
They
they're all
really
great,
are.
and
They're
it's
amazing.
really wonderful.
The pets
And
keep the world
it's a
going
very
around.
emotional thing. It's a very emotional thing, and it's one of the hardest categories to
Right, because people
pick a
want
winner.
their pet to win, and
I get it.
Just a reminder, they're all winners.
Yeah. They're all winners. They're all loved, and you're giving them the best possible life that you can give them. But who knows? Maybe next year. There's hopefully will be another year.
Right, we could do a whole Pinball Pets award show.
Sure. In my town, there's a church that
Furriest
does a
paws.
blessing. There's a church that does an annual blessing of pets. They bless their people bring their pets in and they bless them. And it's like the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
like people like hundreds of people, hundreds. Sure, yeah, sure. I don't know if the church wants to get involved with Pinball Degenerates that much, but yeah, yeah, sure. But it's interesting. People, I mean, again, it's like that one's a really hard category to judge. Obviously, pinball couple is a hard category. Pinball tattoo is because they're all personal, very personal things. And I want to. The thing is, like, it's tough when you pick one person. You don't want to. Again, like you said, like everybody's a winner. Everybody. I want to recognize it. The whole point is to recognize as many people as possible, right? But still, at the end of the day, you're making one person their day, and then like 20 other people get like, darn, they get upset. But it's hard. It's hard. But, all in good fun. It's really just a silly award show at the end of the day. Like life in pinball is silly.
It's just pinball, right? Yeah. It's only pinball. It's so special. It's like literally our lives revolve around it, and I think that's why we all.
It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing
well together because we understand that it's plays such a huge role in our every second of our lives.
Sure, yeah. Well, certainly you too, especially. I mean, your career, you have a pinball Captain Crazy's Paradise. Your professional life, your personal life is all pinball, and that's incredible. It's incredible, and I just gotta say, and it's not easy. Some days are hard because when you make that such a big part of your life, it's like there's ups and downs, just like anything in life, right? But to keep with it because you know that the positives vastly outweigh any of the hard times, right? And that's when it's really worth it. And again, it's just that's why we're doing this. That's why I'm keeping this award show and the Facebook group. Even though there are times where it's like, man, I wish I could just walk away tomorrow and just not have to worry about anything for this month because I didn't get into it for any of that, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, well, there are some really awesome things that happen, and I don't ever want to miss out on that. And you honestly, Emoto, truly, that's the reason why you had to be the first Pinball Degenerate of the Year. You really embody everything that is great about pinball and the enthusiasm that you have, and the complete relentless optimism, and you're out there and you're wired in and you're talking to people and everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. Honestly, nobody would ever say talking smack about you because you're the best. You are the best. So thank you so much, and you're awesome. And keep doing what you're doing.
I'll try my best.
Okay. Is that the awkward?
No pressure.
No, but I mean, just you be you. Just keep on being you. You are natural.
Yeah,
you don't have to work. You don't have to work at it. Just be you. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I appreciate you and everyone else in this community for.
I do too.
Accepting me for me, and that allows me to be myself, and that is the most beautiful full circle pinball that we can get. Sure. I want to watch. God, I have so many ideas scrubbing through this, but I want to watch this quartet that y'all did.
Oh, sure, for Tilt the Musical, yeah. So it's Deborah Tallman, Lucas Pepke, and Chrissy Barker helping me out.
All right, we're gonna turn.
There's Neil McRae.
Right Neil
Thanks
McRae,
to everybody.
I know,
Everybody did shoutouts. Everybody did shoutouts. I had like over 30 shoutouts.
I scrub through, I see all the shoutouts.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's I love that person. I love that person. I love that person.
I know.
I love
them too. They're friends. They're all friends of mine. and I'm so humbled and appreciative that literally like within like the last 2 weeks of going to the show, I was able to like rustle up so many awesome people, and like literally almost unless they had something that was like personal going on in their personal life, they just couldn't do it. Like everybody said yes and like came through, and it was amazing. You did
I know.
too, and
I
thank you
was
so much.
like 5 days late and like down to
Just
the wire,
under the
but
wire.
I still made it. This is just a quick PSA to anyone that comes across this stream and you love pinball and you feel detached from a community. You don't have a community of awesome pinball people. Please find the Pinball Degenerates on Facebook because I'm sure you will fit right in, and we'd love to have you. We are a group full of misfits and odd
Degenerates.
degenerates, and we embrace it. And I know, like in the very external world, you're like, oh, pinball degenerates. That means like there's some negative connotations, but no, it's just it's all uh, facade. Was
Yeah,
that the right
well,
word?
it's an ironic title. We're owning
Yeah,
it, right? Like
because we don't
pinball
want to
has
write
kind
the
of like a
pinball Care Bears because no one's gonna
right.
join us. But really, even down to Cliff, we're all freaking Care Bears.
No, we do care. We do care, and we care about each other, right? And
Yeah.
the whole thing about the Pinball
And
Degenerates
it's a
concept.
very, very inclusive group to
We try,
all
yeah.
people.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great groups too, like a lot of great online communities too. Don't get me wrong, but the whole thing is like owning it, like because pinball used to be seen as like kind of like a seedy, illegal thing, right? And like, they're into pinball. He's like smoking and drinking and they're like weird people. But it's like own that, embrace that weirdness, embrace that, and like be proud of it. Be proud of it. That's the whole point, 100%.
Yeah.
So, join us. Join us.
Okay.
It's also been. Go ahead, play it. You got to cue it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to finish your thought?
No, I said like I've always wanted to be like in a very very minor way a leader of a cult, not an evil cult, but like a cult.
Oh,
like
hell,
where, like,
Joe.
but not me. Billy P. Ball is our
right.
leader. Billy is our Lord, our Savior
Billy.
of pinball. But I also want to be kind of like I've always kind of wanted to be kind of a beneficial cult, like a cult that like is like inclusive and doesn't make you want to like sell your house.
Cult recruiter sitting at the
Right.
kiosk at the side street.
It's much more idealistic, but yeah.
You want to join PD?
Let me tell you, like I do have like a picture of like the Jehovah's Witnesses, but instead of the the book, it's like the Testament of Billy P. Ball. It's like, have you heard the word of Tima? Like which is again another ridiculous thing, Tima.
God.
It's all part of the lore. The lore, I guess you call it now.
The lore, yeah. I think I wrote that over in the description. We're gonna learn all about the lore of Pinball Degenerates, the history lore, and now the future. Yeah, beneficial cult. Are you going to Pintastic?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
Cliff was asking me to bring that vat of relish there, and like, I really want to. Oh, I'm going to Pinfest Allentown this year.
Oh man, I love that show so much. I can't
so
make it.
Close.
I love it. I love it. It's probably one of the most degenerate.
We're gonna smuggle you in, so I'm gonna try to make. Cliff usually does a party and stuff over there.
Yeah.
I've degenerately not shown up.
You gotta come. It's great. He's a very.
I'm coming for Andy.
You gotta see Andy. Andy's
I
such a
know.
beautiful boy. He's such a beautiful boy. He just got over surgery and he's recovering very well. So luckily, he's doing okay. And he's just a beautiful big boy. Just
Warlock
so loving.
Party.
So yeah, the warlock den. And I did this year. I did my own little bit with Cliff and ran it by him where Cliff has a Cliff poster or Cliff because Cliff posting Cliff poster and he kind of like sets the record straight. There's going to be a very interesting X-rated version of that shout out available on our Pinball Degenerates OnlyFans account, which is free to join. There's no membership fee or anything.
Is it really on like OnlyFans?
It really is a legitimate actual OnlyFans account. That's up to you, and you just have to show whatever. Like sometimes you'll be like, I can't sign up for that because like my significant other is going to see the
Sees
credit
that you
card.
have like this.
I'm signed up on OnlyFans, but we
It's for
legitimately
pinball.
have a free OnlyFans account for Pinball Degenerates where we're going to put some of the more kind of adult exclusive stuff on
How many
there.
subscribers do you have on
I
that?
have no idea, like 10. I don't know. It's not a lot, but it's again part of the lore, part of the brand, I guess you could say. It's just like basically semi-nude pictures of Billy Ball, in
Is she
provocative
already naked?
poses. Semi nude, like just you'll like pictures of like yeah, somewhat erotic photos of Billy Ball. It's
Oh
really what we have.
no! Now I know what I have to do
Got to make
tonight.
that money. You got to make
Oh
that
my
money.
god.
Got to make that pinball money. Pinball
Yeah,
ain't cheap.
Warlock's
Pinball ain't
in
cheap.
here. Cliff's like college support.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna watch this musical part. There were so many
Okay.
awesome musicals, so we're gonna
Thank you.
talk about that.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of fun putting that together.
And so well done. Okay, let's check it out.
Cool. Rock and roll. The channeling the demonic powers of Escher's left cup. That's great. All right, folks. We are going to. We got a little more musical theater. You guys like musical theater? Some classic music. All right. Well, we're going to go to the world debut of Tilt the musical, which is now. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful. Is Lucas playing the piano?
Oh no, actually, that's all like a guide track that I got from like a karaoke thing on YouTube. That was yeah. I kind of ripped that off. But I don't know. Does he? I mean, I think he does have some piano experience. Yeah, I think so. I've never seen him play piano, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's so incredibly musically inclined. It's astonishing.
In bumpers, in targets, in super jackpots, in spinners, in tilts, in notches and rings. 5 billion, 25 million, 600 bits. How do you measure a great pinball game? How about those? How about multiples? How about replays? Measuring score. Play more pinball. Play more pinball. 5 million, 25 million, 600
He works really hard. He puts a lot of his
So good.
hard work into it. He's a very talented guy.
Get it, Deborah. Dang.
Yeah, she crushed it. She absolutely crushed it for that little solo part there. It was really
Oh,
special.
my heart.
I was like in tears at actually, honestly, not to be like too self-aggrandizing, but like with it all coming together, it was really emotional. Honestly, like seeing my friends all put it together, and they did such a great job. Like I was amazed. Like it was like it became its own thing. It wasn't even my thing. It was like it was really emotional. Like it actually came together and it worked.
Yeah, I just want pinball music videos.
Sure, me too. I've got literally like ideas for like 20 more. Like it's insane. Like it could have been like a whole show of just like a much MTV music
Can you
video
roll
thing.
with my idea too? Let me add you a 21st.
Sure.
Oh, good.
All right.
I reached
Writing
out
it down.
to Lucas and Glenn Wechter about this too, and of course I haven't gotten to it. Songs about how to repair pinball machines.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like
Pinball
educational, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still like music.
Oh my God. Oh my God!
God.
Have you ever seen the Wendy's
add it to the
instructional videos? Have you ever seen the Wendy's instructional videos?
No.
Oh my God! Oh my! This is exactly what you're talking about. So Wendy's in the '90s, they put together like some corporate videos for training new employees at Wendy's, right? And they put out these amazing musical tracks, and the same idea of like using them as like a mnemonic learning device to remember the steps in that you had to do to like clean the grill or wash up or how to
It
serve the
does help
drinks.
you remember.
Oh,
It's
absolutely. The
important.
lyrics, they stick in your
Yeah.
brain. And so they took like popular music
Oh,
or
man.
sort of
I'm
sort of
looking it
like
up now.
sound alike. Oh, it's unbelievable. I'll send you some great links. Like hot drinks. You got to look up Wendy's hot drinks. It's like on the same level as like a Michael Jackson song. It's crazy. And you'll be
Okay, I
like,
see it.
you'll
I'm
be
saving
singing it to yourself. You'll be singing hot drinks to yourself because it's
Yeah.
like, it tells you, fill it up. Only 20% ice, and it's crazy, and like you learn how to like do all the things to work at Wendy's, and it's just crazy using these
Anyone
like
for like
musical things.
flipper
Yep,
rebuilds,
yeah, it's like first
installing
you
NVRAM.
gotta ground the wires before you solder the like it's just for sure 100%. Yeah, it can be done 100%. It's a great idea. I love it. I love it.
Adding it to the list with like all of our other
Sure,
great ideas that we like have to do.
sure.
That's the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
thing too. Like, there's a difference of like, oh, I have a fun idea, ha 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 ha. But like, the ideas
It's
we
hard.
talk about, it's like, no, we really have to do that. Just like
Yeah.
the degenerate pinball awards maybe started off for a quick second of like, ha ha ha, what if? And then it's like, no, we have to do this. And then that's what y'all did.
It's such a crazy thing. It's such a crazy thing seeing this thing that you have envisioned in your brain and then it's starting to actually really happen. And especially as we got closer to the show, where it's like we started actually working on the show about a year before. We started working on about a year before we started planning stuff. And at that point, it's just so many things, so many ideas, so many kind of nebulous concepts that are all so abstract and like a million things to think about. And then when you get closer and closer, when you're a month away from the show, and then when you're 2 weeks away from the show, and then when you're just 1 week, and then like 2 or 3 days away from the show, everything starts getting done. And it's a big relief because things are happening. And like it's this crazy like locomotive train that once you start the locomotion going, like the train just doesn't stop. You can't stop it. You can't like change the date. You can't alter this. Like maybe you could throw some things out the window, like you can get rid of a couple things here and there, but like the train's still going. It's left the station and it's not going to stop until the end of the show. And it's such a weird thing where the stress is getting intense because you've got less time. You're getting less and less time. It's getting less and less. But more and more things are getting done, so there's less things to worry about as well. So there's also kind of that big relief that, oh wow, okay, I can tick that off. That's done, and now that's done, and now that's done, and that's done. And it's crazy. It almost happens like I said, within the last week or so, it just becomes like exponentially faster the amount of stuff that gets done in the last week. And I'm sure it happens when you're setting up a show, right? When you're setting up a
100%,
pinball show, right? It's like, oh, we have all these kind of crazy ideas and they're kind of abstract, but we've got to make these calls and we got to get these people on board. And we got to make this and go back and forth, and then it's just like months and months ahead of time. But then when it starts to get closer and closer to the actual date of, and it's not gonna change. You can't be like, oh, can we start Texas Pinball Festival a week later? Can we get an extra week? No, that's not gonna happen.
Please.
You know what I mean? No, please, I'm begging.
Yeah.
So it almost in a way kind of starts to will itself into existence. And again, these are so many things that happen: pinball tournaments, events, and shows, and all these wacky things. And again, like the Twippies, everything like that. Like all the Colin and Jamie and Ralph and Aaron, they all know it. They all know that it's like there's a lot of work, and it's kind of a weird thing where everything's getting faster and faster and closer, but also things are getting done. So it's also a relief because it's getting less abstract. Like things are in the can, and that was a lot of a big thing for us. Again, for me personally, we wanted to have a lot of live stuff happening on the day, right? Like giving out the awards and the performance and stuff. But we wanted to have a lot of pre-tape stuff as well, so that we had that breathing room and we could get that work out of the way and not have to do so much heavy lifting to have like a completely live show for 4 hours straight, which would have been insane to do completely live,
Props to you to have so much already pre-recorded content.
Yeah,
I
wish we did it a little bit earlier,
that
but
helps
yeah.
add your production value.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but we did it. We got it done.
Yeah, and it's great. Like I know the chaos of it all happening when it's actually happening because it's live.
It's a circus.
But now, like for the rest of our lives, or as long as YouTube exists,
I hope so.
we can all come back and like see it and
relive it.
It's it's great, you know, especially
Yeah.
like the small like chunks that you're making and republishing.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. You know, a lot of people see like the 3 or 4 hour total runtime and they're like, maybe I'll
Yeah.
watch it later, and then they
Some people have
won't.
been
But
watching it though. Some people have watched it, like, and
oh
that's
yeah,
that's
no,
amazing. That's
absolutely.
wonderful.
And
But like for
yeah,
sure, like if
totally,
they want a
but
certain spot or something, and
yeah,
again,
it's
like
nice
you know,
that you're curating those. You know,
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
for
find
sure,
them
and good
ourselves
time
by scrubbing through them, but it's really cool that, and then it's like good memories to bring up, like
for
you
sure.
know, as times go by.
Yeah, so we might, speaking of memories, we might actually also do possibly on the OnlyFans, we'll see. But I want to do a director's commentary. I want to get my friend, my producer Howard, and my like the
That would be
production
cool.
to like talk about all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm putting together a slideshow, so look out for a slideshow. We're gonna do all the behind the scenes footage and
Oh,
photos
cool.
and stuff, and we're gonna have like a quick little like a maybe a 2 or 3 minute long slideshow of like as the development and stuff. So that's also like stuff that we'd love to that I'm gonna put on in the next couple days. So look out for that. And again, like you know, the Pinball
That's
Degenerates thing
awesome.
is mainly just a Facebook group because it's not about me. It's not really an Instagram thing. It's not a Twitter thing because that's like one person posting, right? And I don't want that to be what Pinball Degenerates is about. It's not about me. It's about getting the whole community. That's the whole point of the award show is to getting them to post all these crazy things, amazing things that they're doing in pinball, and us can all appreciate it and
Yeah.
recognize it and celebrate it, right? That's the whole point of the Pinball Degenerates Facebook group. And so yeah, like you know, it's so this face like you know the YouTube and the Twitch stuff is kind of like a secondary thing, but I really do want to share it with everybody, and that's an easy way to share it because like the page is like it is a closed group, but it's not to be like a jerk or a you know, it's just to keep out the robots, essentially all the spam
Right.
bots,
Totally.
and like you
And
know,
they're
it's just
there.
like
Yeah.
you know, and again, it doesn't have to. Again, for me, it's like it doesn't matter about like there's so many other you know great pinball groups out there on social media and everything, and they're huge. Like there's like you know some groups they're like 14,000 people, and that's great and that's wonderful. But like it doesn't matter about numbers for me. I don't care. I just want it to be a quality fun group. Like it doesn't matter, you know what I mean, to me how many people we have in the group. So, you know, just to get in, it's just very simple. Just basically, what's your favorite pinball machine so I know you're a human being and not like a robot. And if you have an IPA number,
And the
that's
right
great.
answer is hard body.
The right answer is usually hard body. If it let me put it this way: if you put hard body as your favorite, if you put your hard body as your favorite game, you're 100% getting in because like no robot would ever choose that. Usually the robots choose like you know Medieval Madness. They write Medieval Madness in quotes. They go Medieval Madness is a popular game that is from the 1990s. That is my favorite pinball game. I'm like, yeah, sure. You just source that off of like Pinside or
The
something.
Adams
Yeah,
family.
the quote unquote Adams family pinball. I'm like, yeah, you're not human. And so basically yeah, and just like agree to like the terms of the group, which is very again standard operating human procedure. Don't be a jerk. Let other people, you know, so like you know, you don't have to always cheerlead other people, but like you know, just don't be a jerk. Just don't if you don't agree with something, don't if you don't have enough something nice to say, don't say it. It's that simple, you know. And everybody for literally like I said 99.9999999% of the group of the people there's no problem with they get it they understand and it's just fun. Let's just keep it fun. We're doing this for
Yeah.
fun. It's not a job. It's not a work thing for me. It I don't want it to ever feel like that, you know what I mean? If it ever gets like that then maybe I would close it down, but I really hope that never happens. I really do. And so yeah, but thank you to
Keep up the
everybody
great
who's
work.
made it keep it amazing. Well,
Avery
again, I try.
Alpaca in the chat says hi.
Yes,
And
yes,
also,
Orby.
it was so
That's Orby.
nice to watch it.
That's
Twice.
Albert.
I was thinking it was Orby because I know he's got alpacas running around his lot.
Yeah, yeah,
I
he's
get so
crazy.
mad. Yeah, I love it. Always embrace the chaos. And then
Yes.
Twisty said, "Ask Joe why his favorite part of pinball is tap passing into the outlane on Harlem
Oh
Globetrotters."
God, damn it! That's Jeff Becker. Okay, so he's got. Okay, so there he
See,
has
this is
video
the type
footage of this.
movie.
I know. So again, I'm making fun of like I'm just like I knew this was gonna go badly. So I'm so bad at tap passing. I'm the worst. I'm so bad at it. I'm so heavy-handed. It's hard. It's hard. It's definitely I really admire people who have that in their skill set and they can do it consistently, but I can't. I really can't. Really
When you're
struggle. I'd
watching
rather
people like Shats
Oh
all
man,
day
that's
long
terrifying to me.
at
Terrifying,
the
especially in a tournament.
Indisc during the Classics tournament. I forget
Yeah,
what game
maybe-
it was, and they were just like
Yeah, zoop,
shatsing
zoop,
all day long.
yeah,
Like
on
how?
Gorgar and just like
How?
back and forth, getting your
Yeah.
bonus. You're in your
It's like-
bonus. Well, but so yeah, so I told my friend Jeff Becker who was in town at Cabin Fever they have a Harlem Globetrotters, and I go, watch me fail at tap passing. I want you to record this because this is literally every single time I try. This is why I don't try. So yeah, I've got the ball on the right flipper, and I let it fall down to the kind of like, the middle of the flipper where it should be. And I try my best so lightly to just barely even graze that flipper button. But yep, it just goes pop right off the right flipper into the left out lane, like perfectly, almost as if like it was like a beeline, just straight.
Pinball.
And then I just go, yep, fuck this. Oh, sorry, screw, like, I'm done with this. And then he plays that for me every, like, month. He get like, hey, I got this cool, like, he'll, like, rickroll me with, like, all kinds of stuff with that. You know what I mean? Like, he'll just be like, I've got, like, Stern's new release or whatever new game release footage here. And I'll click on the link, and it'll just be me screwing up the tap pass every single time. And so that's the kind of friendship that my friend Jeff Becker and I'm going down to Ohio to Pastimes Arcade for the first time for his birthday. It's his birthday.
That's awesome.
And
Happy birthday,
gonna
Jeff.
celebrate. Yeah, happy birthday, pre-birthday, Jeff. I'll see you in about a week or so. And we're gonna go down and check out.
Bring your relish.
I'm not bringing the relish across the border. They're gonna be like, "What is this sick Canadian trying to do to our country? This can't be just relish.
Like,
there has to be something
it's
else."
slime time, baby.
It's literally there's. Oh, wait till you see the footage of like the making of stuff. Wait till you see. I literally say it's slime time. I literally say it's slime time, and it's ridiculous. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So much stupid, dumb fun making that, but. Thanks, Jeff, for reminding me of my incredibly bad tap passing ability.
He had to come in and tell you.
Of course.
Totally. Look at all these amazing people doing amazing things.
It's really amazing. Just really humbling. And it's like, again, I use the story of Stone Soup. I don't know if you know the kind of fable of Stone Soup, where this kind of like this kind of a destitute, poor person comes into this town he's never been in before, and he's going begging from door to door, just looking for food, and nobody wants to give him any food. And he just gives up and starts a fire in the middle of the town square. And he finds an old pot, fills it with water, and throws a couple big stones in the middle of into the pot of water. And he starts boiling it. And people start coming out. Some of the villagers come out and they go, "What are you doing? What are you cooking?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm making stone soup. It's the greatest soup you've ever tasted." And they're like, "Come on, what are you talking about? Stone soup? How can you get any flavor from a stone? That's ridiculous. Let me taste that." And he's like, No. No one can taste the stone soup unless you add something to the soup. If you add something to the soup, then you can taste it. So one of the villagers goes, "Okay, well, I've got some celery." Another villager goes, "I've got a potato." Another villager goes, I've got some chicken. I've got a chicken thigh. You can throw it in there." And somebody goes, "Oh, I've got like some seasoning. I've got some some salt and pepper." And then everybody from the village starts throwing it into the stone soup. And then wouldn't you know, after everybody's contributed, the stone soup is amazing. It's one of the greatest soups everybody's tasted. And that is my philosophy. Not tricking people into helping, but like that's the philosophy is that everybody brings to the community this great thing to make something great happen. Everybody brings their talents, whatever their backgrounds, their amazing, incredible backgrounds, like from so many different disciplines. Like it's astounding. Like it's not just artsy fartsy people like me, like people from technology, STEM, like unbelievable. Like you got Aaron comes from NASA, and then people like you are filmmakers, and people who are accountants, and they all throw in all whatever talents they have into pinball in general, not just Pinball Degenerates, but like into pinball in general, and like whether it's like they're making mods or doing all these amazing creative things. And it's just the whole philosophy of the stone soup, where everybody throws it in together and collectively it makes the whole experience so much better and satisfying for everybody. And I truly believe that. I truly do.
I love that. That's beautiful, Joe.
No, I didn't make it up. That's like
I know,
that's like it's like an Aesop, but I believe in it. Like I really do. Like, it's like an Aesop fable, but
we're all
it's a
swimming
real
in
thing.
the same bowl of soup.
Yeah, and try to make it as delicious as possible, okay? Because we only have so much time to swim around.
Yeah, it's true. Oh wait, okay. This lady is about to lay on a bed of nails.
Oh yeah.
When you were explaining to me what you guys were doing.
Yeah,
we got magic
substitution.
We got a lady laying on a bed of nails. We got slime time, and I'm like, "What are you doing up there? You have to come back or come on to PinTech Live and talk about this because
it was great." She that was Bella Magic. I found her sort of like through a friend of a friend, and she is so wonderful, and she's a true
this is real.
performer. Oh yeah. So originally the gimmick was, unfortunately there was some technical issues with with her equipment that she unfortunately kind of lost some stuff. But originally it was going to be a bowling ball that was going to be wrapped in tinfoil, and she was going to get me to drop a giant bowling ball on her stomach
Oh,
while
I'm
laying
glad
on a
it
bed
didn't
of
work.
pins. Yeah. So she got somebody else to stand on top of her friend, while she's
I
on a
don't
bed
know
of
what's
nails, and
worse.
this is like
That's
a
probably might be
it's
worse.
crazy. Like that guy is probably at least 230 pounds. Like it's a lot of weight
Oh, look
on
at it
top of
was a
her.
guy. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're
Yeah.
watching this.
It's one of the satanic pastor. They got him to kind of jump in and help out with the show. And they're stapling like pinball flyers to their bodies. And I was like, they asked me to do it. And I couldn't. I tried once and I failed. I just ran away. Like I was scared. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to get sued also in case I screwed it up. Also, another thing that was great, which I read as it's a sort of a low benchmark, but like it was one of the most important things for the show is that nobody got hurt during the show. Thank God. Like, because you never know with like live shows, anything could happen. People like trip and fall down a flight of stairs, break a leg, fall off the stage. Anything can happen. Anything could
Yeah.
happen, right?
Yeah.
And so, thank God, everything was done really safely. I had like a safety kind of person. We had information on in case, God forbid, anything happened. We had information on the local because I'm a film guy. So for a call sheet, you got to put on like where the closest hospital is,
Yeah.
what the number is, and all that
The
kind of stuff.
weather.
Exactly, all that stuff. So that's where I come as like a film person, with like being just as prepared
That
as possible
organized.
for the
Yeah.
worst. Pray it doesn't happen, but you never know. And I'm so thankful that everybody walked away. We were all friends. We all had a great time. We are all high fiving each other at the end of the show, and we got through it. And it's just a crazy thing that we all kind of like are just like, what the hell were we like? It's crazy. We did that. We actually got that done. We did a show where like people were getting slimed, and like we had all kinds of circus freaks were. And magic and
Amazing.
mentalists and it's just like, again, it's like a big circus. It's like a big
Oh yeah, there's the
crazy dream.
mentors.
Yeah, that's Mysterion, who's honestly he's an incredible like mentalist magician. He's been on a couple like TV shows and stuff like that, and I was amazed that we were able to get him to come and perform. He does a great duo with his partner. The Sentimentalists is the name of the show. The Sentimentalists, and they do all kinds of crazy like mind reading type things and suggestion, and it's mind blowing stuff. It's really amazing. Look up Mysterion on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find lots of videos of his work,
Yeah.
as well as Bella Magic, and Pastor Morgan, which is like again like a satanic pastor. He's got like a satanic church of the Cloven Hoof. The Path of the Cloven Hoof is the name of the church. And the rage tilt people, like, hail Satan, play better pinball, play more
Yeah.
pinball.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that kind of vein, I guess.
It's great. All right,
Mhm.
we're gonna watch another musical clip.
Okay.
Again, I love all these.
These
side
were a
clips
pleasure.
you
These
have.
were really
Yeah.
like honestly
It's
a lot
just
of fun.
so beautiful. Like,
I love musical
spark
theater.
the
Like
pinball
I'm a
emotion.
musical geek, so I love musicals. So
All right, let's turn it on.
all right. No, nobody cares. Nobody knows. It's supposed to stand for thematically integrated mechanical action. Okay, that's for me what makes pinball fun to play. But anyhow, so we've got a music video from Dos Guys. It's called Tima. Let's go play that music.
And these guys were some of the creators of Saw Pinball.
Oh yeah. This is Glenn Wechter and Joe Farnsworth.
Farnsworth. Yep.
Yeah. That's Joe on the left. That's Greg. That's Glenn on the right. He's got the Pinball Degenerates hat.
I just wanted to dance again.
Tell me how this
Yeah, I mean, they did an incredible. This they all did from scratch. They did all the instrumentation is 100% from scratch. No karaoke track or anything. Like that. They played all these instruments, all these sections, many different instruments, like slide guitar and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like there's this kind of like bow thing. I forget what it's called. It's like a bow. Like look at the harp, like and all kinds of stuff. Like it's crazy. Like they all played the like. I think there's some cowbell in there as well. But like.
I need the mix master from Dr. Dude. What's so hard to keep a smile off my face? It's get stiff, I lock a ball in the crate. I need a toy box to the left of me, a volcano to the right. I'll be playing team of pinball with you. When you start
I like
off with
how they
camouflage
choose
and
the
pistol
pinball.
grip and shots of fire.
Yeah, it's just great. Again, like, I can't do this without incredibly talented people throwing their whatever they can into the stone soup, you know? Yeah, that's like such a wild instrument that like.
Is there a mouth harp?
Yeah.
It is a mouth harp.
Yeah, there's
Joe,
mouth
why
harp.
are
Yeah,
you
mouth
so
harp.
cool,
Yeah.
Joe?
That's one of the most. Believe it or not, that the mouth harp is one of the most ancient instruments in the world. It like every culture has a version of it. Like every culture across the planet has some version of that instrument. It's pretty incredible.
See, it's like
So, yeah.
history lessons too. Amazing, educational,
Well-
fun. I love it. All right, listen. This is what we need to do. This is what
Okay.
I would like to do, and I think we can all pull it off with our amazing group of creative friends. But what if, like this, but we did a Pinball Degenerates talent show
Okay, yeah,
sort
sure.
of thing?
We can do something like that, like at a show. Yeah,
I don't want it
like
to
live.
be a competition, but I
Yeah,
want I want a segment that is people coming up and performing some sort of whatever they want to perform and showcase.
Mhm.
That doesn't, it has to kind of wrap around pinball. We're at a pinball show or something like that.
Sure,
but like,
yeah.
it could be
Well,
it could
like
be
Howard
puppets.
Dobson.
It could be
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
You know,
Like my friend, like Howard Dobson. Do you know Howard Dobson? He's a juggler. Like he's
Right,
an incredible
yeah.
juggler. And like we
Come
had
and
like one of the
juggle?
jugglers just juggling pinballs or something like
what
that.
do we
or
call that? That's not
contact
a
juggling.
talent show. I don't want to give awards to whoever
Sure,
had the
right.
best performance, but I want
Yeah,
it
showcase.
to
You can
be
say like
a showcase.
it could be like a star show. It's
The
like a
Pinball
like a show.
Degenerates showcase.
Showcase, sure, like a star search kind of thing. Like where just people are showing off like their talents and stuff, and not again like not like a gong show where people like get gonged off or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like something that just like shows all these like.
I don't
again,
want to give awards. I
people-
just want to celebrate the arts.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
we're
and, like,
combining
all this
pinball
stuff.
with the arts in some fashion.
Sure, I'm all about it.
And then like everyone wins like a swag pack of like a bunch of different companies put together. So you're getting something out of it. We'll record it so you get the recording posterity of it being properly documented.
We should do it live. We should do it at a show. I think that'd be great because the thing
Expo?
about performances. Maybe I talked to Rob. Rob was talking about maybe a costume thing as well, but like maybe we could turn it into something like that.
That could be part of it.
Let's talk to Rob because cosplay is always great too, and that's like an amazing
Cosplay's
talent,
an art,
and that's an art form in itself, right? So we can all do different kinds of things, and so I think it'd be great because when you're talking about a performance, like a really big part of that is like the audience reaction, right? That's the kind of thing that like like really feeds off of the performance. It's a give and take, right? So something live would be amazing. I think
we need a 2-hour block for a 90-minute show. All right, we're doing this.
I'll be. Hopefully, I might see Rob. Might see Rob a little. Like,
yeah, you're going to Pastimes.
At Pastimes, I might see him there.
I'm texting him. I'm planting all the seeds, man. We're doing this.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Honestly, let's do a collab. Absolutely.
Yeah, straight up. Okay.
I'm all about it.
Cool. All right, Joe. I'm gonna let you go back
folks.
to your normal life. Yeah.
Okay.
The Pinball Degenerate Showcase live at Pinball Expo 2025.
Sponsored by Marco Specialties.
Yep, that's right.
Good stuff. All right, thank you so much, Emoto. It's so lovely to see you
Joe.
and talk to you and geek out about pinball and just
so
let
great.
your pinball freak flag fly. And
Absolutely.
it's great. I love everything you're doing. Keep it up. Just do what you
Joe.
just do. You just keep doing you.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Can't stop.
Nope, won't stop. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. See you guys.
Thanks
next
everybody
time.
for joining. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in.
Goodbye. I think next week we should hopefully be back with Stern and Dungeons and Dragons Pinball with their mechanical engineer and Brian Eddy to show how those mechs work. So that's going to be
Wrath
really
the
cool.
Relentless. Wrath the Relentless.
I love his voice. I just have
Michael
so
Dorn, of
pumped to
course.
11. God,
I'm a
so
huge
good.
Star Trek fan, so that's a real joy.
Awesome. All right, see you guys later. Goodbye. Goodbye. Stuck in the middle with you. So good.